it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thanks for joining me again today. Today is Simple Stamping Saturday. So, this is my Simple Stamping project. Let's lay them out. So I've got on a note card with one of the envelopes, so note card and envelope pack. I've got my my starter, my quick, that card. Then I've got my casual crafter card, and then my avid crafter card. I've gone for a real pop of colour because we've had some fairly dull old days here recently, so I thought I'd go for a real pop of colour. So I've chosen Poppy Parade and Lemon Lime Twist. Lemon Lime Twist is going soon, so if you want Lemon Lime Twist, if you want this lovely bright zingy colour, you know what to do. It's on the retiring list. Everything that's Lemon Lime Twist will be going by the 4th of June or before the 4th of June, or if it sells out sooner. So, and the same goes for all of the retiring in colours. So we are looking at Lemon Lime Twist, Berry Burst, Tranquil Tide, Fresh Fig and Powder Pink. They will all be going. So if you want them. So I'm going to show you how I made this card, and then I'll talk you through how I stepped up for the other cards. So I'm starting as ever with a note card base. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap grid paper just to protect the grid paper that I've got here. I really must start using my floral grid paper. It's arrived, so I really should use it. Note to self, get that sorted out. Right, so Poppy Parade and Lemon Lime Twist are our colours. I am using the blender pen, which I have used before, but I'm going to use it again because, you know, if you've got something, you should use it often. So I've taken one of the Pop of Petal stamps. I'm using this one here, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers and the butterfly, which all fit with the matching punch, which is part of a bundle at the moment. These are carrying over to the new annual catalogue that will go live on the 4th of June, but they won't be a bundle, so you'll have to buy the stamps and the punch separately. So if you want these, you need to buy them before the 4th of June so that you get the 10% bundle price, and obviously use the bundle code in order to get that. So just pop over to my online store and you can put these into your shopping basket. So let us... Oh, and my tip is mark, when you've worked out which way to get your stamp to punch properly, and I'm using this little sort of kick at the bottom as my point of interest, then I've marked the back of my stamps. I have done a video on this, but I've marked the back of my stamps so that I know that if I want to punch out, if I stamp with that at the edge of the card, then the punch will work. So let's get started. We're not worrying about that with this project because we're being new starters, so or new stampers rather, so we're not worried about that. I have smudged a little, but I'm not too fussed because we are going to use the blender pen so we can cover up a multitude of sins. And then I've got the little floral cluster, which I'm just stamping next to it. That's all I... Oh no, it's not all I need the Poppy Parade for, because I've also got my butterfly. And again, I've got that marked up, and we'll come on to that in a moment. And then that I'm just going to pop there. And then while we've got the Poppy Parade out, I'm going to grab a blender pen, and using the ink that's in the lid, I'm just going to colour our flowers. And I like to start from the middle so that we can get a shading. And then work out. Now do remember that with your blender pen, and this is where I say that the fact that that's smudged a bit we can cover. Here we are. With your blender pen, particularly on the thick Whisper White, which is what these note cards are, just be a little careful that you don't get the note card too wet, because then the paper will start pilling and it will not look attractive. So just, oops, try not to go off the edge, but it won't really show. And then I'm just blending these other flowers as well. I'm not colouring all of them, but that one I want blended, and this one I want to blend, and then this one here I'm just going to leave plain, just so that there's some interest. And then the butterfly, I'm going to go around the outside of its wings. And you can tell I'm concentrating because I'm quiet. I love colouring. Oh, and we're getting... Do you remember we had a limited edition set of pencils? Was it last year? I think it was last year. I want to say the Colourful Seasons bundle. Can't remember. Anyway, they've come back. They're in the annual catalogue. Yay! Can't wait. So we're going to have lots and lots of coloured pencils. So we'll have two sets. We'll have the existing set that are in the annual catalogue, and then some more, which is great. And there are some really good colours in the new set. There's 10 in total in the new set, so it's a slightly more smaller set than the first selection, but it's filling in some really good gaps. So yes, so I'm really pleased that they're coming back, because we did wonder whether they were going to come back or not. We were told they might, and they are. Yay! Right, so scribble that off so that next time you use it, you know it's clean, and it will colour the tip. It's as in stain, but you know me, there's clean dirt and dirty dirt, and that is clean dirt. Right, so get rid of those and bring in our lemon lime twist pop of colour. And I'm just going to ink this up, and then I'm going to come in and just fill in some of these spaces. And I like going off the page. And then, oops, I've gone over the butterfly, but only a little bit, so that's fine. And then just, as I say, fill in some of the spaces, possibly not doing what I've just done and going over the back of your card. And that is that. But before we finish, we need to do our envelope as well. So again, with the lemon lime twist, I'm just going to stamp, bring down a bit further, and just have this little flourish in the corner, because there's nothing wrong with stamping on your envelope. So, you see, I brought in grid paper to make sure I didn't get this grid paper dirty. And what have I done? I've got the other grid paper dirty. Never mind. And there we go. Burnished our card. So there are the simple versions. Now, for my casual crafter, I added the punch, and I've also added just two of the blends. I've got the light Poppy Parade and the light Daffodil Delight, and I've just added the Daffodil Delight really in instead of the white. And then I've also added some of the textured ribbon, which was in the Autumn Winter catalogue, and again is carrying over. Yay! I love this textured ribbon. And then I've also added some of the artisan pearls, just for a little bit of extra. And then for the Avid Crafter, sorry, we're beginning to get sun coming through. For the Avid Crafter, I have added, well, I've coloured these pearls here, which are just the basic pearls. I've coloured with the dark Poppy Parade. And then I've also punched the butterfly and some of the flowers out of vellum. And I heat embossed. So because vellum takes a long time to allow the classic ink to dry, you can hurl some clear embossing powder on the ink while it's still wet, heat emboss, and then you colour from the reverse. So this is one that I've heat embossed but not coloured. This was my spare. And then I would colour on the back. So this is the side with the embossing, and then I just colour from the back. And then for the antenna, I should go through it on both, but for the antenna on this one, I just, with the basic black marker, inked up the antenna of the stamp and just stamped that in isolation. And then for this one, I inked up with Poppy Parade, and then with my simple chamois cleaned the antenna, and again with my basic black marker I inked up the antenna just so that we had those in black. So there you are. Simple, casual, avid. I hope you enjoyed that. A bit of colour in the day. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. I will list all the products for this on my blog. I don't do dimensions for Simple Stamping Saturday because this is the feature. So what I will do is list these products first, and then I'll add in the extra products that I needed for these two separately underneath when I do my little post about which products I've used. Do please remember not to miss out on the last chance offers. So particularly bundles are, once they're gone, you're going to have to pay an extra 10% if they are carrying over. Everything else is on a pretty much on a once it's gone, it's gone. There will start to be some discounts on or about the 8th or 9th of May. Who knows what will be in discounted and by how much. That will vary by market, but obviously if there are things that are popular, once they've gone, that's it. So don't hang about, get them now. Have a fantastic Easter. Tomorrow, of course, is the only way to do any shopping is to do it online at my online store. So, because in the UK on Easter Sunday, the shops don't open, but you can still shop at my store because it is a 24/7 shopping experience. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. Have a fantastic Easter, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye!